John,
Well, here we are.
we're going out
D-Day,
to
June
112
the 6th.
Drive-In on the
Right.
6th of June.
112, I remember it well.
Yeah, and
Still
this
there.
prairie land next to it, that's looking across there
That's it.
from the to the
Healthy
north.
growth.
I
Yeah,
mean to
it's
the
a narrow,
south from there.
narrow-leafed.
That's the
Milkweed.
tall green
There's a
Hertel.
weevil on that flower.
And we could figure out what that flower is, but I didn't do it.
It's got a weevil proboscis.
Yes, you can tell. Though you can recognize the weevil. And that little flower, I don't know,
It's
but I got a picture of it to show
four
it
petal.
close. They were growing close, and like I do sometimes, I'll pull them together to show how those two tiny flowers, milkwort and that little yellow thing. Sensitive right left, and then the milkwort at right, showing the relative size and so forth of those growing together out there. And this, of course, is another field milkwort, a polygala family. And we looked at those a few times together out on the prairie. And here you see that sensitive, and then the polygala over here on the right. Yeah, I love those, and we would probably never run quite so many of these on one day, but I just could not fail to show.
Well, it's really a beautiful little bloom.
And these are ones from out at that prairie on 112. And this is the point. All those things get crushed or mowed down if somebody mows it.
Right.
And we're just hoping somebody will say, no, we don't need to mow this. It's too pretty. It'd be easy to do and cheaper. Okay, dragonfly.
1, 2, is that a 12 spotted, or I haven't counted?
I've never known how to call how many spots, but it's a short-bodied one. You see how short it is?
No, it's different from the usual 12 spotted.
Yeah, it's. I've seen that same thing a year ago in that same area, and did not get a great picture. But I had not yet bought my long zoom camera, so I stayed on it a few
beautiful.
Minutes. And
the details are just great.
You can see it there, more realistic, what you might see. But actually, when it's down in the grass, it's hard to focus on.
Looks like it was just born.
It was pretty.
Just broke out of of its casing.
But the ones from last year were not that good. Okay, you recognize.
Wow, it's a beautiful damselfly.
And she or he, or it's pretty close up. I love those. And let's see what else we got. Okay, there is what I call it.
Did you say it was looking glass?
Yeah, who's looking glass?
Venus's.
Yes, and it's a tiny flower.
Yeah, mighty Aphrodite.
And you really got to be careful. You'll step on them and not even notice.
Right.
Okay, the butterfly.
Eastern-tailed blue.
And he's on.
I couldn't.
Well, that was clover. Okay, this is some accident. I hit a button when I was trying to load this, and it tells us it's a JPEG. Well, that's a format that the pictures come in.
I see.
And I just left it on there. I could have redone it, but I was in a hurry. See the deer in the background?
I certainly do.
Okay, she's out there on that prairie at 112 Drive-In, and she'd gone out further and gone back, like she was snorting at her little one to tell it to
down.
Follow me back to the woods. Get out of there.
Right.
Come on. I'm leaving you. You better come. And so finally she went back over into the woods there, going hop over the tall grass. And the little one, of course, must have followed her, or she would have left, because I wasn't walking toward her. I mean, I was, 300 yards away or something.
That's why so many fawns get killed in hay fields.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They get mowed up. And there's Asclepias hortella, tall green milkweed, and that's one that, is not far from bloom. But last year, when it got to grow into July, before it was mowed down. Now you see all those plants, those are all the same thing, and they're just all over there. It's several acres. And it would feed endless number of monarchs.
Yeah, sure would.
Every one of those plants could
That's,
feed several caterpillars.
What did you call it? Virtella? Is that Asclepius?
This Asclepius hortella, and this is bud. Oh gosh, now I can't say. Anyway, it's
Rudbeckia.
Yes.
Family.
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
And there are lots of those out there, and they were out there last year. And there's a crawdad hole. And
I see.
That's just to let you know
Castle.
Yeah, this is wetland. Don't tromp on us.
Right, they come out at night.
Don't mow our vegetation down. Okay, there's a ladybug on one of those Asclepius hortellas. And boy, this is a beautiful spot. I hope a lot of people go look at it. And
Boy,
I
that's
wish
a busy.
be a bunch of people there begging the guy when
Right,
he comes with a mower, please don't mow.
That is a very busy.
Yeah, there's more than 3 bugs on that Asclepius viridis there. But
They're really going to town.
yep, they stay busy. Some of them are eating different critters.
You can see the tail clearly on the wings of the tail blue on this shot.
Eastern tail blue on polygala.
Yeah, polygala, huh?
One of the species of polygala.
I have to study my families again.
Yeah, well, there's too many family names to keep up with. You see here, you've got a good many of those
Right.
sensitive briar plants and some other little things. Okay,
Looking glass again, is that it?
that's cropped close up, trying to get a good shot of it, and it's really difficult. That was a cloudy day, as you could probably see there, and I adjusted color to show what it looked like if it was bright. Till next time, do your part, John. Help keep the water clean, the air pure, the woods green. See ya. John Rule.
Aubrey Shepherd?
It's the 6th day of
June 2016.
And we're watching photos from
Lots of photos.
starting off with Pinnacle Wet Prairie in
Right.
South Fayetteville, Arkansas. Just behind the
that bloom is similar to lots of vines that some of them are wild potato vines and some of them are moonflower vines and everything.
well, it looks like all of those. And here's what we call this.
Horse nettle?
Yeah. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yep, sure is.
And people don't care much about it, but it's hard to ignore it when it's cropping up in the springtime. And I like
Got
to.
thorns.
Yeah, it's okay. This is mountain mint.
Okay.
Okay, and it's out there on the prairie. Lots of it on Pinnacle Wet Prairie every year. Okay, that's Penstemon digitalis.
Penstemon digitalis. Okay.
It's good for your heart, I'm sure, but I wouldn't know how to use it to treat myself. But all these flower names that have medical
Right.
names means that they may be one of the plants
Right.
that was developed from as a medicine.
Sensitive briar.
And those are close together and lots of them, and this is going to be a good year for them, it seems.
Milkweed.
Yarrow,
Yarrow, okay.
milfoil.
Yeah,
I know some people were mixing that up with Queen Anne's lace. They didn't know
Right,
the difference
right.
on
Well,
the
I think
tour.
it's-
And I was trying to show
Queen Anne's
pictures.
lace is actually the wild carrot, I think.
Yeah,
This is
and it's a non-native, yeah.
This is larkspur.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And there are several colors. Okay, see a little bumblebee trying to work into
I
that
do.
flower?
Yeah. He's very busy,
There.
almost immersed.
Yeah. He probably had his nose all the way in there.
These are Monardas.
Probably the ones that people most call bee balm, but there are so many Monarda plants.
Well, there's, I don't.
Like down at your house, you've
Right,
got woodland Monardas
right,
that
the
are
whole
beautiful.
mountainside has a lot of. There's some little butterfly on that Monarda.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little skipper. And those are doing quite well, and they'll be in bloom for a while, and then they'll be gone, and there'll be something else out there on the
They make nice tea. That looks kind of like Coreopsis.
Coreopsis, that's what it is, and you can see a little tiny critter on there. And okay, these is what I was saying. Look at the pointy ends and see a nose on the one on the left. Can you see the little eye up the nose
something.
there? Yeah.
Leaf hopper.
That's got to be what it is. Yeah. Okay, this is a ragged fringed orchid growing out on Pinnacle Prairie and
beautifully fringed.
Off and on. Now this is last year and this year now, and 2 years ago I found it. There are not lots of those plants out there, but there are some other species of orchid out there. So there are probably about 4 species over the period of spring through fall.
Right.
That's an obedient plant, and that's a tall beauty on the prairies, and it's just now coming in bloom all over the area. Back to a little more Monarda.
Yeah,
and
they're really coming on.
Pinnacle Foods factory in the background there, and they mow only in winter now at our request.
That's Marvin.
Keeps the prairie happy. Marvin
Hilton,
and he used to be the manager of, I think, was it 13 years or closer to 20 that he was manager of the public access
Steve Holst
and the government channel.
And Dick Bennett in the background.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to run that picture because she's out of focus, and I was in a rush toward the end.
Is that your committee chairman?
There's that's
Bonoto.
Holst, and standing up is
Art Hobson.
Yeah, Art, and that's Ned, who is a longtime Sierra Club member and used to be on the board and was very active. He's got a Bernie Sanders hat on. Well, I knew he was a Democrat, but if he'd had a Hillary hat on, I wouldn't have been surprised. But
Good.
He's like many people who are happy to see somebody still
fine-looking man. Reminds me of Joe E. Brown.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, well, this should
Marvin's
be
in good.
Okay,
fellow.
Dick Bennett. I made a bunch of pictures of him because somebody emailed and asked him to send their magazine a close-up of him. So I'm going to try to see if I can get a mug shot from these for him
That's certainly
that the magazine will like and he likes. There's no point in sending him one that he doesn't like because he'll throw the magazine away when it comes to the extras.
Well, I took a picture of him some time back and gave him a copy of it. He was at work at his desk. No, it was
surprised.
Casual,
Yeah, that's the best kind of picture.
He looked intent, not surprised.
Yeah, he's always intent.
Right.
And
ready for any occasion.
Okay, so this was the Omni 350 meeting where they had a great movie, which I copied. It's copyrighted, but the people on YouTube said it was okay. It just won't. I can't run that on stations overseas. So in certain nations where some of it was filmed, they said it was copyrighted because they didn't want anybody to see it in their country.
I see.
Well, part of that's because the activists that were in there, and those activists really spoke up about global climate change and what it was doing to their land, what the oil industry was doing, the gas industry, the coal industry, and this was a great film. So you can see it on my YouTube station, but if you're in China,
Better not.
Forbidden. Don't try to watch it there. Okay.
Yes, Gladys.
All right. Till next time, John.
Yes, sir.
See ya.